The road was empty except for the hum of rain and the broken neon glow of a half-dead sign. Gas and rest, 2 miles. Mira's wipers dragged like tired lungs across the windshield, smearing water instead of clearing it. Her phone flickered on the dashboard, no signal. The radio hissed between static and whispers that sounded almost like a voice repeating her name. She told herself she was imagining it. The storm always played tricks out here. Then she saw the shape. A woman standing on the roadside. Pale, soaked, holding one hand up, thumb extended for a ride. Her hair clung to her face, her other arm limp by her side. Mira slowed. Something about the woman's stillness felt wrong, but guilt gnawed louder than instinct. She rolled the window down an inch. "Hey, you okay?" The woman tilted her head, too slow. Lightning flashed. Her face was blank, water streaming from hollow sockets. Mira's foot slammed the gas. The car roared forward, tires hissing over black puddles. The rearview mirror caught one final flash of the roadside, the woman now facing the car's direction, walking. By the time Mira reached the old Briar Hollow stretch, her hands were trembling on the wheel. The sign welcoming her had rusted into unreadable fragments. Locals called this place Mile 13, where headlights vanished and screams didn't echo back. She wasn't supposed to be here at all, just a shortcut through back roads to avoid the highway closure. The rain thickened, swallowing sound. Trees leaned in over the asphalt like witnesses. The GPS blinked, recalculating over and over. Her mind kept circling back to the woman on the roadside, the way she moved, the way her eyes hadn't been eyes at all. She laughed weakly. "Jesus, Mira, probably some storm reflection. Or you're tired." A soft knock came from the back window. She froze. Another knock. She turned. Nothing. Just rain sliding down glass. Her breath fogged the windshield as her heartbeat thundered. Her phone buzzed once. New notification. No signal. But one text had somehow come through. "You shouldn't have driven past her." The message was time-stamped 10 minutes ago. Mira pulled over at the old gas station up ahead, the one from the sign. The lights flickered weakly, the pumps taped off, the glass doors shattered. A single bulb swung overhead, creaking in the wind. Inside, shelves were collapsed under mold and dust. But someone had been here recently. The counter had a thermos, still warm to touch. "Hello?" she called. A cough answered from behind the aisle. An old man stepped out, pale, raincoat torn, eyes darting to the window every few seconds. "You're out after dark," he said hoarsely. "That road doesn't like that." "What are you talking about?" He motioned to a dusty map pinned on the wall, a red circle drawn around a stretch labeled Mile 13. "People don't drive through there no more." "Not since the girl, the hitchhiker?" Mira asked quietly. The man's eyes widened. "You saw her?" Mira nodded, voice trembling. "She was standing on the road." He backed away slowly. "Then she's already in." "What?" "She follows. Through glass, through rain. Once you see her, she rides with you. Doesn't matter if you stop or not." The lights flickered. Mira turned. In the reflection of the refrigerator door, someone stood behind her. She spun around. No one. The old man grabbed her arm. "If you hear knocking, don't answer. If you see her reflection, don't look long." "Why?" he whispered. "Because she only needs you to look twice." That night, Mira drove again, desperate to get out of Briar Hollow. The road uncoiled endlessly. Same trees, same cracked asphalt, same sign she'd passed 20 minutes ago. "Gas and rest, 2 miles." Her car radio came alive suddenly. Blaring distorted music, old. Warped lullaby tones, then between the static, a voice. "You should have stopped." Mira covered her ears. "Stop what? What do you want?" The voice whispered, closer now. "Company." Lightning split the sky, and in that instant she saw her own reflection in the rear view. Except she was smiling, and her reflection wasn't. The car died. Everything went black except the rain's endless rhythm. She tried the ignition. Dead. Phone. Dead. Only her reflection in the mirror moved, twitching, smiling. Then knock-knock. Back window. She froze. The words of the old man pulsed in her mind. Don't look twice, but curiosity won. She turned slowly. Nothing there. Knock-knock. Front windshield this time. Her breath fogged the glass. The faint outline of a face appeared. Too close, too pale. Mira screamed and stumbled out into the rain. Her flashlight beam cut through the storm, revealing dozens of wet footprints circling the car. Every footprint led back to the same point on the road and stopped abruptly. The wind carried a whisper. "You stopped." She turned, trembling. The hitchhiker stood in the headlights, eyes now bright and empty as the storm itself. Her soaked hair stuck to her face as she spoke in a voice that sounded like Mira's own. "Drive me home." Mira stepped back. "You're dead." The woman smiled faintly. "So are you." The headlights flickered, and both figures vanished into the storm. Morning came calm, the rain gone. A truck driver pulled over near mile 13, finding Mira's car empty. Doors open, engine cold. Inside, on the passenger seat, lay a wet footprint, pointed toward the driver's side. Later that week, the same trucker told police he'd picked up a young woman on that road. Said she looked soaked, shivering. When they asked for her name, he hesitated. She said her name was Mira, but she didn't blink. That night, his rig was found idling near the same spot. Engine running, doors open. A new text appeared on a phone recovered from the scene. Number unknown. Never stop alone. The rain returned after midnight. Thin, silvery, endless. Ethan's headlights carved through the mist. His van groaning up the winding highway toward Briar Hollow Pass. The stretch truckers called the Never Road. He'd been hauling freight since dusk, half asleep, cigarette dead between his fingers. Then he saw the sign ahead, last exit, 1 mile. The letters shimmered oddly, as if written over old ones. He leaned forward, squinting. The second line beneath it looked scratched out, but faintly visible under the grime. Turn back before it follows. Thunder cracked. His radio fizzled alive, a woman's whisper, soft, pleading. "Don't stop." Then silence. The exit sign blinked once and went dark. Ethan exhaled, nerves prickling. "Yeah, okay. Guess we're doing the scenic route tonight." Behind him, something shifted in the cargo bay. A dull thump, like a hand striking metal. He glanced at the mirror. The back doors swayed open an inch. Rain glimmered inside. Ethan pulled over beneath a crooked lamppost, its light sputtering like a dying heartbeat. He stepped out into the rain, muttering, "Great, just great." The road stretched empty in both directions, black ribbons swallowed by fog. He checked the back of the van. The padlock was intact, but the doors hung ajar. He swung one open, nothing but stacked crates. He ran his flashlight across them, medical supplies refrigerated, no passengers, no reason for noise. He shut the doors tight and climbed back in. The moment the ignition clicked, the radio whispered again, not static this time, but a woman crying softly. He froze. The sound was coming from the back seat. Ethan twisted around. A wet handprint glistened on the glass behind him. Sliding downward, he bolted from the van, breath fogging in panic. His boots splashed into shallow puddles as lightning flared, revealing a lone motel just off the road. Haven Rest. The sign buzzed half alive, one letter flickering. HVNR Saint. He ran toward it. Inside, the lobby smelled of rot and mold. A bell sat on the counter, rusted but still functional. He rang it. Ding. A woman emerged from the shadows, pale, too still, with long black hair matted to her face. "You need a room?" she asked softly. "Yeah," Ethan said, wiping rain from his face. "Truck trouble." She slid a key across the counter. "Room 7. Don't look out the window after midnight." Ethan frowned. "What?" Her eyes didn't move. "It watches reflections." He forced a laugh. "Lady, I just need a dry bed." She smiled faintly. That's what they all said. Room 7 was a box of damp carpet and flickering light. The air tasted metallic. He tossed his jacket onto the chair and collapsed on the bed, exhaustion finally catching up. Somewhere outside, a drip, drip, drip echoed, steady, deliberate. He turned toward the window. The curtain swayed, though it was windless. Then he saw it, a figure standing just beyond the glass. A woman, half hidden in the storm, staring directly at him. Her hair clung to her face. Her clothes dripped dark streaks onto the asphalt. Ethan jolted up, yanked the curtains shut, and muttered, "Nope, not tonight." He turned on the TV. Only static. A faint voice through the hiss whispered, "You drove past her, didn't you?" Ethan froze. "What?" The TV flickered, static forming an image. A road sign flashing mile 13, then his own van. Parked outside the motel, the rear doors opening slowly. He shut the TV off. Heart hammering. Outside, the dripping stopped. Silence. Then, from behind the bathroom door, he knock-knock, he swallowed. Hello? The door creaked open by itself. The mirror above the sink was fogged over. But faint words appeared as if written by an invisible hand. Drive me home. He stumbled back, grabbing his keys, running to the lobby. But it was empty. The woman at the desk was gone. The only thing left was her reflection in the mirror behind the counter. Smiling, he sprinted into the rain, back to his van. The back door's now wide open. Inside, water dripping from nowhere, pooling on the metal floor. He climbed in, slammed the doors, and started the engine. The headlights cut through fog. He took off down the highway, faster and faster, as if speed could outrun the chill crawling inside him. But the dashboard mirror caught movement, someone sitting in the back seat. He didn't turn. Couldn't. Her voice came softly, like an echo between breaths. You didn't stop. Now we drive together. The storm swallowed the world. The road bent in impossible loops, leading him back to the same gas station again and again. He screamed into the void, slamming the steering wheel. What do you want from me? The answer came from the radio, the same whisper from before. Never stop alone. His headlights flickered, and the woman appeared in front of the van. He swerved. The tires screamed. The van crashed through the guardrail, rolling down the embankment. Metal shrieked. Glass shattered. Everything went black. Then, silence. Ethan opened his eyes. The van was upright. The road was calm. No rain. He stepped out, dazed, into bright morning light. No storm. No woman, no blood. A figure waved from up the road. A young woman, soaked, shivering. Hey, she called. Can you give me a ride? Ethan hesitated. You okay? She nodded weakly. Just trying to get home. He looked at the empty road stretching ahead, endless, silent. He sighed, unlocking the door. Sure, hop in. She smiled faintly, her reflection in the van window lagging half a second behind. Later that evening, a tow truck found a van overturned near mile 13, engine cold, driver missing. Inside, soaked footprints led from the passenger seat to the road, then stopped. Police said there was no woman, no hitchhiker, no motel in the area at all. But truckers still talk about the man who never reached his delivery. They say his rig still drives that stretch on stormy nights, headlights flashing messages across the fog. Sometimes, if you listen between the static, a voice comes through your radio, tired but calm. The rain began before sunset. Not the soft kind. This was the heavy, smothering sort that erases sound and memory. Detective Lena Cross adjusted the wipers of her unmarked cruiser as she rolled past the sign. Entering Briar Hollow, mile 13 ahead. She'd been chasing this route for weeks, tracing a pattern of disappearances no one else believed in. 7 missing travelers, 2 abandoned cars, no bodies, but every report began the same way. A woman on the roadside, standing in the rain. Lightning cracked, and for a heartbeat she saw her, right there, in the ditch, motionless. When the light faded, the woman was gone. Lena pulled over, notebook trembling in her hands. On the seat beside her lay an old police photo, grainy, water-damaged. The face of a young woman, pale, smiling faintly. The name beneath read, Mira Collins, missing. 1987. The Briar Hollow Sheriff's Office had called it bad weather. Washed out roads, coincidence. But Lena knew patterns. Before she was a detective, she'd been a survivor. Her sister vanished on this same stretch 20 years ago. She pressed the gas, driving deeper into the mist. The trees leaned inward like they were listening. Her radio whispered static, then briefly caught a signal. You shouldn't have driven past her. Lena froze. She knew that line. It was the same phrase transcribed from the last voice message of a trucker named Ethan Rowe, found near the crash site 2 months ago. She checked the coordinates again. The crash site was only half a mile ahead. When she reached it, the guardrail was still torn open. The van, long towed away, had left deep scars in the mud, but something new glinted in her headlights, a set of wet footprints, fresh, leading away from the ditch. She followed them with her flashlight until they stopped abruptly at the road's center. There, Carved into the asphalt by something sharp were words, "Never stop alone." The rain hissed louder. Then, faintly, a woman's voice. "You came back." Lena spun. No one. Her flashlight flickered, then steadied on a figure in the distance. A woman in a soaked white dress, standing motionless. "Police!" Lena shouted. "Stay where you are." The woman tilted her head slowly. "You shouldn't be here." Lena stepped closer, boots sinking into wet gravel. "I need to ask you some questions." "Did you see a crash?" The woman smiled faintly. "They all crash. Eventually." Then her voice shifted. It wasn't echoing from the rain. It was echoing from inside Lena's head. She stumbled back. "What are you?" The figure whispered. "I was the first." The rain intensified, drowning sound. Suddenly Lena was somewhere else. A vision or memory forced upon her. The road was newer, the trees thinner. A car overturned in the ditch, 1980s style. Inside, a young woman, Mira Collins, bleeding, trapped, screaming for help as thunder rolled above. Headlights approached. Another car slowed, then drove away without stopping. Mira's hand pressed to the window. "Please." No one came back. She died watching taillights fade into rain. Then, her reflection blinked long after she didn't. The vision shattered. Lena fell to her knees, gasping. The woman now stood inches away. Mira, or what remained of her. "You see now," Mira whispered. "They left me here." "So I wait," Lena's voice trembled. "You're the hitchhiker, the one they see before they vanish. I only show them what they deserve." Lena's flashlight flickered again, and behind Mira stood others. Dozens of shadowed figures, soaked, silent, faces empty. "The ones who didn't stop," Mira said softly. "And the ones who did." The rain grew deafening. The road seemed to pulse underfoot like something alive. Lena stumbled backward, gun drawn, though it felt meaningless. "Stay back." Mira stepped closer. "You're not here to stop it. You're here to remember." Thunder split the sky, revealing their faces. Mira, Ethan, the gas station clerk, the motel woman, all flickering like damaged film reels, fading in and out of existence. Each one whispered in overlapping tones, "Never stop alone. Never stop alone." Lena fired. The bullet vanished midair, swallowed by darkness. Then the road cracked beneath her, asphalt peeling like wet paper, revealing the reflection of another world below, a black ocean of rain and headlights. She fell into the reflection, into the memory, into mile 13 itself. Inside the storm, she saw them, the lost travelers forever driving. Headlights endlessly looping down the same wet path. A single voice rose from the static sea. "You should have stopped," Lena screamed as the water closed above her, swallowing her name. At dawn, officers found her cruiser idling near mile 13, driver's door open. No sign of struggle. Her notebook sat on the passenger seat, soaked but legible. The last entry read, "The road doesn't take people. It keeps them." They become the warning, "Never stop alone." The case was closed as another weather-related disappearance. Weeks later, a new sign appeared at the highway's edge. Clean metal, freshly bolted. No record of who installed it. Briar Hollow, drive safe, don't stop in the rain. Truckers say on stormy nights. You can still hear a woman's voice on the CB radio, calm and hollow, reciting license plates of the lost. If you listen closely, you'll hear her whisper just before static swallows the signal. The road remembers.